Hello, my kindergarten friends. I hope you're doing well today. In this art lesson, you are going to learn all about how to recognize and draw geometric shapes. Well, what are geometric shapes? Geometric shapes are those shapes that you guys learn about in kindergarten. This is obviously a circle, right? And these are other circles, a little bit smaller. So a circle is a geometric shape. What are some other geometric shapes that you might know? Well, if we look at this Post-it, what shape would you say this is? A square. Right, good job. What about a phone? What shape would you say a cell phone might be? A rectangle. Wonderful. So those are geometric shapes. Geometric shapes are shapes that we can immediately identify as a named shape, like a circle or square or rectangle, triangle, star, or heart. And so you're going to be using some of those shapes in your artwork today. You are going to draw with shapes a circus seal. Let me show you very quickly this adorable little lesson right here. And so we're going to use rectangles and triangles of different sizes, ovals and circles, and we're going to be using some lines to create our adorable little circus seal who is performing for us today. And you're going to be able to use lines to create patterns in your artwork, and you will use color to complete your artwork. So let's get started. Today, you will need your art folder or a piece of paper. So you may have an art folder like this that has art and 5K and your name on it. And you're just going to open it up to the next empty page and begin your project here with Miss Madden. Okay? So I'm just going to do this on a white piece of paper. And you're also going to need to grab your box of crayons. You're going to start with a black crayon. So go ahead and pause the video and go get your crayons out now and your art folder, and then we'll begin. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to draw our seal with geometric shapes. And the reason why we want to draw the seal first instead of the ring that goes behind him is because our seal is in front of the circus ring. So this shape right here is going to be the very first shape that we draw. And then after we draw that shape, we're going to work on this little box that our seal is sitting on. So if I look at that, I would say that seal is probably maybe 3 fingers from the bottom. So I'm going to go back. I'm thinking 4. We're going to do 4 fingers from the bottom. So I'm going to put my finger, the edge of my finger, even with the bottom of my paper. And I'm just going to put a little dot right here, 4 fingers up from the bottom, okay? That is going to be the bottom of my seal, okay? Now I kind of want to plan the top of my seal. So if you go back and look, your seal is a triangle. So I'm going to come up here, still in the middle of my paper, and I'm going to put another little dot right about right there. All right, so first I want to draw the base of my seal's body. So I'm going to come over right here and just draw a small line across like this. And then I'm going to draw a line down like this and a line up like this. So I create my seal's body. So you should have lots and lots of room up here and just a little bit of room down here, 4 or 5 fingers for you guys. Okay, So now before we draw our box, I want to go ahead and add my seals flippers. So I'm going to start on this side of my triangle and I'm going to draw almost a whole circle right there. When it touches the triangle, I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to draw the other leg. Okay, so can't quite see all of it. It might be a tiny bit smaller. And then I want to come inside here. And I'm going to come over a little bit on this side and I'm going to draw a small circle with a black dot inside and a curved line with another little curved line like this for his mouth. Now seals are known for their cute little noses, so we're going to put a little ball, tiny little circle at the end of his nose, and then I'm going to draw a line out this way and a line out this way, and then line up like this and line like this. So it almost kind of looks like a flat letter X on top of his head or his face. All right, let's go ahead and draw the back part of his body. It's also a triangle and two little triangles on the end. So here we go. The flat side or the bottom side of our triangle is now going to follow the side right here. So I want to start down here at the end and I'm going to go up, up, up like this, just a little bit. And then I want to come straight back over. I'm not going to go out like I would a typical triangle. This triangle is just going to come straight back in. So pause your video if you need to pause it so that you can draw this part and catch up. And then you can hit play again at the bottom. Okay. This time we want to have our bottom parts of our triangles out here. But I'm going to start right here and I'm going to draw a line out like this. I'm going to come back over a short little line and then go back down to my point. So pause your video and make this triangle. I'm going to go out like this. I'm straight back over and back to my point for his tail. So we now have our adorable little geometric seal. So now we want to create this box that he is sitting on to do his little performance. And the box, if you notice, is the exact same width as the triangle part of the body. So I'm going to start right here and I'm going to come down, 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 down. And I'm going to remember where on my finger that is. So almost my knuckle. I'm going to come over here on this side. I can't draw a line right here because look, his foot's right there. But I can kind of pretend like it goes behind, do my line down, and come across with a straight line, and then bring the other line down to make it meet. So there's my little rectangle. Now I want to add my zigzag line that creates my triangles. So this is how we do this. I'm going to start in this corner and I'm going to come down to the bottom and then I'm going to go back up, down to the bottom and go back up, down to the bottom and back up, just like that until I have all those triangles. Okay, so now we have our seal, his body, the box that he is performing on, and we need to create this little round circus ring that he is in. We only see part of the ring, so we want to create that now. So this is how we do that. Whenever I want to draw a curved line, I always plant this part of my hand like this. And I don't want the ring to be way up here. I want it to be down a little bit, so I'm going to lower my hand on the page. And about right here is where I want this circus ring to be. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn my paper rather than turning my hand, because it hurts to turn my hand that way. So I'm leaving my hand right here. I'm going to say, okay, my ring is going to come out right here. I am going to move my hand up a tiny bit. I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to gently move my wrist. Okay? So I didn't pick my hand up. I just started. I skip over the tail, and I twist my hand to the end. Now I'm going to do the same thing the other way. Zoop. I'm going to come through, pretend I'm not drawing on his head. I'm just pretending, boop, 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 boop. And I'm going to bring my wrist around this way, just like so. So now I have created the top line of the circus ring. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with the lower line, leaving about a fingernail width or two between them. So I can start over here this time if I want to. So I'm going to come down to right here. And again, I'm just going to move my wrist. Put this here. I'm going to go boop, 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 up. There's my other side. I'm just going to turn my wrist. Okay, and it's okay if parts of it are a little bit wider than the other parts. This might be a little bit of a different perspective. Okay, we want this line on top to be a rather thick line because we are looking at the top part of the side of the ring, of the circus ring. So I'm just going to kind of go back with my crayon and make that a little bit thicker line. I want to do it on top, not on bottom, because I want it to be the same on both sides. I'm just using the width of the crayon to just kind of widen that line that I did. Okay, so there's my circus ring. Now I want to go in and use line to create this pattern on the inside of that ring using those two lines. And I am not going to go in like this. I want to go straight down from the top line to the bottom, straight toward the bottom of the paper. So if you watch, this line will go down right here. I'm going to move it over one finger, and I'm going to do another line. Over one finger and another line. I'm using my finger so that my spaces between these lines are about the same. Now, I'm running into a tail right there, so all I have is this little tiny short line right here. Run right there. I'm going to have to put the line up here, right here. There's my other line. Whoop, can't draw one right there. Can't draw one right there. I can draw one right here. I might could draw part of one right there. Come over one, line straight down, over one, line straight down. And once I've done that a couple of times measuring my finger, I know about where to put these lines. So yay, ta-da, we have our beautiful circus ring and our performing seal. But you know, the seal is known for balancing, and they love to play games with balls, and so we need to add some beautiful decorated balls on the end of his nose where he loves to balance them. However, will I draw a perfect circle? Well, guess what? Miss Madden has a solution for you. You want to get your parents' permission before you do this, but you can always use old tops from containers that people throw away and keep those to play with or draw with. This was the top of a medicine jar. Do not borrow this. Do not ever open medicine cabinets to go in and find things. If you decide to use this, you make sure that it is one that your guardian has given you permission to use, and then they have disposed of any medicine lying around. This is the top of a milk jug. So very simple. we finished our milk, we threw away the jug, and I kept the top. This is the top of a soda container. And so very simple, we just threw away the other plastic bottle and we kept all the lids. So that gives me 3 different sizes of balls if I want to do them, or maybe I just want to do them all exactly the same size. And you can do that as well. This is your project and all of them will look different and amazing, and I want you to choose what you want to do. So the first thing that I want to do is plan out, well, how many balls can I get on here and it look really good? Now, if I want, I can start with the bigger ball on the bottom. I can go to the smaller one on top and the smaller one on top of that. And I can draw those 3, and that's probably all I want to do. I don't want to go way up here to the very edge. I want to try to keep the balls on the thing. But here's the thing. If this seal is balancing a ball, then each one of my circles has to touch. Okay? And I want to say this. If you don't have something at home that you can use to trace a circle, it is fine to just draw a circle with your own crayon and not tracing anything. So I'm going to trace this one first and show you how I would do it, and then I'm going to draw one without tracing. All right, so because my crayon is rather thick, if I were to put it out here, then my ball would be starting right about right there. So I do need to move this up just a little bit so that I have room to put the crayon down. And then I am going to start right here, and I'm going to keep the crayon all the way pressed up against the very edge of, I'm just making its whiskers a little bit bigger, against the very edge of that. And you will see, if you look at it from the bottom, how far out it is going to be when you draw. Zoop, all the way around. I'm not putting it out here and drawing around it. I'm always putting the crayon up against the very edge, and I'm drawing from there, zoop, all the way around. I move my fingers, zoop, all the way around. I reposition my fingers, zoop, and I finish it up. Now, maybe you're at home and you don't have anything to trace. That is perfectly okay. I am going to put my crayon right here. I might even turn my page a little bit and make it a little bit easier. I'm going to put my crayon right here, and I'm going to put a little dot. I'm going to go up right here and put a little dot, up right here and put a little dot, and I'm not going to worry about the top one right now. This tells me about how large I want my circle to be. So I am going to, once again, my arm goes this way. When I'm drawing, it naturally turns like this. So I wouldn't want to try to draw over here and go this way because my arm doesn't turn that way. Okay? So the only reason why I would want to do this was if I was going to draw this direction. So I'm going to very lightly, remember we draw light until we get it exactly the way we want it. There's part of my circle. Come over here and finish the other part of my circle. And I'm just going to keep on going around lightly. And there's the other part of my circle. Okay, so is it as perfect as this one? No. Does that matter? No. So now I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to do this one little tiny one on top. I'm going to go all the way around. Move my fingers over and finish tracing off my circle. Move those out of the way. I now have my seal with 1, 2, 3 balls. Let's look and see. Are we done? A seal, a performing box, a ring. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful balls. If you like, you can go back in and make the bottom of the ring a little bit wider like we did the top, a little bit darker just so it kind of looks like it's standing out a little bit. But now we're ready to color. So I'd like for everyone to grab your crayons. And these are the colors that I would love for you to get. I would like for you to find a blue, a yellow, and a red. So pause the video, find blue, yellow, and red. Okay, guys, welcome back. All right, we should have 3 colors right now in our hands. Blue, yellow, and red. Anybody know what we call these 3 colors? It starts with a P, P. Primary colors. Absolutely, these are the primary colors. Primary colors are colors that we cannot create by mixing any other 2 colors. There's nothing I can mix together to make a blue or a yellow or a red. If I had to go to the store and buy paint, I would have to at least buy these 3 colors plus white and black to create other colors of the rainbow. So here we go. This is what we're going to do. The first thing that I want to do is I want us to focus down here on using our primary colors to create our seal and his box that he is performing on. So seals are usually a gray color, and blue kind of reminds me of something closer to gray than red and yellow does. So I'm just simply going to go in and very gently and very lightly color my adorable little seal a blue color. And if you notice, I'm taking my time because I really want to stay in these lines that I worked so hard to draw, because, you know, amazing artists want to take their time and do their very best. And it's okay if we make a little mistake and get outside the line. We can cover that up with another color. So this is part of our seal. So I want to go ahead and color his tail and the little flippers at the back. These are his little feet flippers. And I want to finish his little front flippers. Absolutely amazing. Our seal is done. Now, typically when we go to the circus, we see lots and lots of hay in the bottom of the circus ring. This is there for 2 reasons. 1, to keep the performers from sliding or falling, and 2, to give the horses and animals something to get their footing on. And if they get hungry, they can grab a little snack. So I would like for us to think about the color of hay. If any of you have ever been to a farm or anything like that, you will notice that hay is typically a yellow-brown color. So I'm going to go in and just gently color in all around the bottom of this. And I want you to notice that I am kind of scribbling because I want this to kind of still have some lines in it where it looks like there's some hay. And if you notice, when Miss Madden scrabbles, I always have a scribble mat underneath, because we do not want to ruin your family's kitchen table or your beautiful furniture at home. So please, please, please find you an extra piece of paper or a messy mat to use to go from there. And then I'm going to continue on this side with my scribbling. All the way around the floor. There's just hay everywhere. Oh, this circus master is going to just have a difficult job cleaning up today, I'm sure, from all of this hay. And if Miss Madden were here, she would probably be sneezing all over the place because I'm so allergic to hay. Okay, so there is our hay on the floor of the circus. Now, if I wanted this to look a little bit more realistic, I could go back in with a brown later, and I could just kind of do some squiggly lines in to kind of make it look a little bit more like hay. You do not have to do that if you don't want to. I just wanted to add a little bit of lines in there. So this is what we call adding texture to our project. And so if you look, it looks like a very rough texture, like hay is on the floor. Okay, so we've now used our blue and we've now used our yellow with a little bit of brown to create our hay floor. Now we want to do our the side of our ring in red. Remember, we are using our beautiful primary colors to create our drawing. So here we go. We want to color in. And instead of drawing lightly like this, where you can still see a lot of white in it, I want to really do really bold, juicy color, which means that I'm going to go over it a little bit darker. And you know what? I think it would be really pretty to create a pattern in this circus ring. So I think I am going to do a red here. Maybe I could do a yellow here. We're going to make this our primary ring. And we've used our red and we've used our yellow. So now let's do our blue. And this time I want my blue to be very bold and juicy, which means I'm going to bear down just a little bit harder. Ta-da! See, same crayon, bold, juicy crayon, very light crayon. I'm going to go back to my red, bold, juicy color. Then I get my yellow, bold and juicy color, and my blue. So if you guys want to pause your video very quickly, and then you can finish out your pattern in your circus ring, just like Miss Madden is doing, or you can leave the video going. And while I'm coloring mine, you can be adding color to yours. I'm just going to finish that one up on that side. So red, then it would have been a blue, then it would have been a yellow. We're going to do this yellow, and then we're going to go backwards. On this side, my pattern is backward, isn't it? How about that? So what color is next to red? Blue, exactly. So this is going to be my very, very bold and beautiful blue, and see how I can tell the difference, even though it's the exact same color. Yellow is beside the blue, and my red is next. We want to go all the way around until we have used all three of our primary colors to create our beautiful ring at our circus. I've never really thought about seals being one of my favorite animals, but they are definitely one of the funniest animals I've ever seen at the zoo. Now, I've not seen a seal at a circus before, but it doesn't mean that they can't perform at the circus. I think seals probably can perform anywhere they like. So there we go. So we now have our beautiful primary circus ring done, our hay and our lovely seal. So, whatever should we do with the box? I say, why don't we do something a little bit different? Why don't we go ahead and maybe choose your favorite two colors in this area? So what would your favorite two colors be? Well, you know, I kind of like bluish green colors, which I do not see one right here. We'll take this one. And I also really like kind of hot pinks or even a lighter pink. So maybe I'll go with those two colors. So I'm going to pick these two colors as my favorites. And what I want to do is I want to do all of the triangles that are pointing down in one color and all of the triangles that are pointing up in a different color. So since he is blue, I think I'm going to do the pink ones coming down. So, you know, this project is going to tell me a whole lot about you, because I am going to be able to learn two of your favorite colors while you guys are also learning about those primary colors. And in just a second, we're going to learn about some different ones. So here is this box. Maybe this is a little girl seal. Maybe she loves these colors. Kind of reminds me of beautiful princess colors. Maybe your favorite colors might be red and black. You know, who knows? But I can't wait to see what your favorite colors are. Okay, so almost done. All we need to think about now is our balls. And I want you guys to look at these amazing balls that they made. So we're going to make a ball like this. It looks like a beach ball. We're going to make a ball that has a star in it, and then we're going to make a really cute little decorated ball. So I'm going to kind of put those right there so we can see them. And we're going to go back and get our black crayon real quick. And I don't want you to start your this design in the middle. I want you to kind of come over, and I want you to put a little tiny dot right over here, about 1 finger from the side. Okay? Once you've done that, then you are going to draw curved lines out from that dot. This is going to be kind of the center of our ball. This is where we would blow it up. Okay? If it's a blow-up ball, then this is where we would put our mouth to blow it up. So see how my line is curving a little bit? It's not a particularly straight line. It's kind of curved. So we're going to do that all the way around this ball. Remember, this is a round ball, so we want it to kind of look round, okay? I probably should have done that one this way, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we've got the beach ball made. So now let's think about a ball with a star in the middle of it. Well, let me show you a very easy way to create a star, okay? The first thing you want to do is make an upside down letter V. We do that. Then I want to come straight out on this side and straight out on this side. Now I'm going to turn my paper, and I'm going to turn that line into another V. And I'm going to turn this line into another V. Okay. This time I'm going to go out and down at an angle a little bit over here, and out and down at an angle a little bit over here. And then what do I do with these lines? I turn them into another letter V and another letter V. And there is our star. Now it may not be perfect. That is absolutely all right. I'm going to go ahead while I'm thinking about it, and I think I'm just going to color this star yellow because we want it to really pop off the page and be the centerpiece. Now, after we get that done, I want us to think about colors and how they work together. On the color wheel that we have used in class before, we have talked about colors that are complementary. They look good together, they work well together, they really showcase each other, and they are just spectacular friends. Well, if you look at a color wheel, yellow is on one side of the color wheel and purple is on the other. Yellow and purple are just naturally best friends. They love to hang out together. Oh, they love to go places. So if I want my yellow star to really pop off the page, then I need a beautiful purple ball right here. So I'm going to trace back around my black circle with my purple. And I'm going to go in and fill in my white ball with a purple crayon. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but we talked about our 3 primary colors. I'm just wondering how many of you remember what 2 colors I would mix to make purple. Does anyone remember? There are 2 beautiful colors that work well together that when I blend them, they make purple. One is blue and the other is red. So these two colors all mixed together will create purple. So this is our primary colors, and this is the baby from these, and it's called a secondary color. So we're going to focus now on using secondary colors in the balls that we have to create our project. Well, if red and blue make purple, what do red and yellow make? Could it be orange? Absolutely. So let's get our black one more time. We're going to come up here to this ball, and we're just going to add a curve going this way and a curve going this way. And let's add one more set of curves, just like that. So we now have two little stripes on this ball. So once again, red and yellow make orange. So let's color one stripe red, yellow. One stripe will be red. And in the middle and on the edges will be the beautiful secondary color of orange. And this is the color that is made when we mix these two primary colors together. Let's not forget our little edge down here. Amazing, amazing. So red and yellow primary colors mixed together create orange. And blue and red mixed together make purple, whose favorite friend is yellow, whose complement is yellow. All right, we have another secondary color that we've not even thought about on our beautiful design. What in the world would make that color? Well, we've mixed red and blue, and we've mixed yellow and red. What if we mix yellow and green to get yellow and blue together? Whatever color would we make? That's right, Miss Madden gave it away. It's green. So down here in this ball, we want to create our beautiful beach ball using the colors that make green. So I'm going to do blue on this side. You guys can just color right along with me on your project, or you can pause the video, however you need to do it. I'm going to put the other green over here. I'm going to put the blue down here. And the other yellow here. Ta-da! You have now finished this beautiful geometric seal artwork. So I hope you guys are very happy with how this turned out. If you still want to color some more, you might even choose to color in your background. But it's definitely fine to stop here. I cannot wait to see these when you come back to school again. I'm so excited about what you have done. I know you did a super great job because you are an amazing artist. And I can't wait to see you again. Have a great day.